yo. So, Phoenix just happened. And it's a double-edged sword. One side, it's a bad day for me to be a Chase fan. On the other side, it's a good day for me to be a Chase sympathizer. But which Chase am I talking about? Basically, it was a Chase versus Chase battle, which was pretty engrossing to watch. I kind of had pity that I was rooting against Chase Briscoe, but I had to do my job and root on my main man. Unfortunately, it was to no avail, since, of course, that caution ultimately led to Chase Elliott spinning out, but luckily he was able to make a good comeback on the restart from, I believe it was 18th place all the way to 11th. Fortunately, that costed Byron plenty of spots. So, not one of the better days for Hendrick. Especially when you've got Kyle Larson having a blown engine. Not too pretty good. I thought that Valvoline scheme was going to be his good luck charm paint scheme, but unfortunately in the Gen 7, it was to no avail. He won 2 consecutive races in that red Valvoline scheme, and now that engine decided to go Chernobyl Reactor 4 on him, and ultimately it made him finish 34th. But yeah, there was plenty of decent amount of racing there. I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. I think the new Phoenix is pretty slick. It gives a lot more room for the drivers to pass, and a lot more talent is required there. Not too much limitations on the track, because sometimes lots of people say it's chaos ensuing whenever the restarts happen. But if y'all remember when Phoenix had grass, there were a lot of times where a lot of crashes happened when they had barely any room on the track. Especially when Mark Martin almost had an airborne crash during qualifying in 2004 when he drove over the rumble strip and got airborne a little bit there. Any fan that was around during the Gen 4 days would know what I'm alluding to. He was driving as if there was actually pavement down there. Now, do I think the new Phoenix is good? Yes. Is putting it as the final race asking for way too much drama wankery? Absolutely. Because you're talking about a race where on every restart they fan out like 7, maybe even possibly 8 freaking wide, where it's basically poking the hornet's nest, which could potentially screw up someone's championship chances after they worked and busted their asses off all season long. As if the playoff format wasn't already warped enough, you have to have a track where it fans out almost 7 freaking wide on the entry of turn 1 and 2, which basically puts the championship chances at stake. There was never anything wrong with Homestead Miami as the final race. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But anyway, I'm getting off track. One thing I find also pretty engrossing is that the top 3 were full of competitors that were trying to fight very hard for their first win, and Chase Briscoe was the one that prevailed. So yeah, over a 3-way battle with Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe came out on top. Who would have thought that the competitors against Chase Briscoe would be the ones that previously choked away their potential chances at a first Cup career win? Ross Chastain last week at Las Vegas, Tyler Reddick at Auto Club, but finally Chase Briscoe just happened to be the one to break through. I do think Reddick and Chastain will get their first win. Maybe this year, maybe not next year. Who the hell knows? You never know what kind of warped luck these guys will ever have, especially when it's already bad enough that Chase Briscoe was already having a Kurt Busch-esque rookie season, and wouldn't you know, much like Kurt Busch, he eventually got a Cup Series win. I think Bristol in 2002 was the fourth race of the year when Kurt Busch pulled that bump and run or scrape and run move on Jimmy Spencer at Bristol. And yeah, I'm still trying to remember what race it was on schedule. No, it wasn't the fourth race. Fifth race, was it the fifth race? No, sixth race. It was right after Darlington, because I always remembered Atlanta as the fourth race. I don't know why I remembered Bristol as the fourth race for some strange reason. Maybe it's always because of coincidence sake that I thought of it as the fourth race. I don't know. But yeah, this technically does kind of parallel Kurt Busch's first career win 20 years ago. Kurt Busch has a dog shit rookie season, finally pulls through his sophomore season. Chase Briscoe has a dog shit rookie season, finally pulls through his sophomore season, at least for now. Even going to the extent of leading laps in the triple digits. I do, however, feel bad for Ryan Blaney since he had a pretty dominant car, and even with the pit crew making all the right moves, it just wasn't meant to be for him. Truex, I was very much worried about when he slammed the outside wall pretty good. I was worried that it was going to give him a concussion, but luckily he seemed alright. Especially, you definitely got to be careful and very cautious with these new cars, because you never know what kind of toll it will take on you. Because no one knows the vulnerability these cars have, or what durability, or how much durability it has. So, if I were them, I'd most certainly be careful driving those big four-wheel machinery vehicles, because NASCAR still is not yet equipped to know what to expect out of this Gen 7 car, so they do have to tread lightly. And hopefully they will fix the Goodyear tire in due time, because as good of racing this really has been for the Gen 7, I do think there's still a lot more stuff to ameliorate. So, as happy as I can be with the racing quality, I still think there is, for sure, more room for improvement. But until then, I'm enjoying the ride. Maybe could have been a better day for Hendrick Motorsports, but nevertheless, it was a fun race. So yeah, Atlanta is next week. The collapse of one of the most iconic intermediate tracks in NASCAR history begins. Or maybe I will choke and swallow on my words. Hopefully I will be absolutely wrong. I still don't think a reconfiguration was remotely necessary, let alone the stupid yellow line rule, as if Daytona and Talladega weren't already cursed enough with it. Why do you need to curse it with the best intermediate track of all time? Bearing Homestead Miami, but Homestead Miami isn't cursed, bearing them not being the final race, but at least it negotiably was back in the playoffs. Oh boy. It was a decent of a race Phoenix was. I'm still hoping for more improvements. Lots of, it was a pretty decent battle between Chase and Ryan Blaney for a bit there, and then it was a Chase and Chase show at almost the tail end of the third stage until, unfortunately, Eric Jones died, and I was like, wow, so much for that. Poor Eric Jones. I really was having a lot of optimism for the guy to have good continuity from his decent runs, but unfortunately, that just wasn't meant to be for him. It rounded up finishing 25th. Oh yeah, thank you, Suarez, for taking out that absolute hack that is Austin doing. you earned some respect points from me, Suarez. I thank you. Alright, guys, sorry that it wasn't a whole lot to say about this race, other than the fact that it was of decent quality. It's a very decent Phoenix race, and I really don't have a whole lot to complain other than the fact that it was a complete embarrassing result for the whole Hendrick gang. But nevertheless, I am happy for Chase Briscoe. He definitely earned this one. All the trials and tribulations he went through basically was a build-up to this moment. Between the tragic miscarriages, all his dominance in the Xfinity Series, his atrocity of a rookie season, this definitely was well-earned for Chase Briscoe. So, well done, Chase Briscoe. Cherish that trophy like no tomorrow. And big congrats to my good buddy that I've been friends with for 11 years, Alex Drayton, who went from being a big fan of Tony Stewart all the way to this guy. Between Tony Stewart's dismal career closure for his Cup Series and Chase Briscoe's abysmal start off to his Cup career, Alex Drayton definitely deserved that one. So yeah. What's up, buddy? Alex Drayton. Hope you enjoy this one like no tomorrow, because you definitely deserve that one. Same to you, Chase Briscoe. You, your family, your fans, your whole team, the pit crew, SHR, Tony Stewart himself, everyone deserves to absolutely cherish this moment like no tomorrow. I send my best courtesy to you guys, as a Hendrick fan that is disturbed with his results. Or their results. Their meaning the Hendrick boys, not the SHR gang. Alright. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you at Atlanta and Texas for IndyCar. Spacing out, Space Metal Forces. I guess that's what I'm going to be calling my audience from now on. The Space Metal Forces, in reference to the legendary The Force album by Onslaught. British heavy metal. Alright, I'm getting sidetracked, and now I'm tripping over my words at 1:15 a.m. in the morning, so I think I'm going to stop this video here to avoid rambling.